Imagine surviving a plane crash, only to realize the island you've landed on doesn't want you to leave. That's the mystery at the heart of Lost, a show that starts as a survival drama and slowly transforms into one of the most mind-bending stories ever told on television. It all begins with Oceanic Flight 815. The plane tears apart midair and crashes onto a seemingly deserted tropical island. A group of survivors, complete strangers, must quickly learn to work together to stay alive. Among them are a doctor with a hero complex, a fugitive hiding a dark past, a conman who manipulates everyone, a mysterious bald man who seems to know more than he should, and a former rock star struggling with addiction. At first, the danger feels familiar. Injuries, lack of food, and the fear of the unknown. But it doesn't take long for things to get strange. There are sounds in the jungle, something massive moving through the trees. Trees shake, unseen forces roar, and soon we learn about the smoke monster, a terrifying entity that seems to judge people and kill without warning. Then there are the others. Not long after the crash, the survivors realize they're not alone. There's another group living on the island, secretive, highly organized, and willing to kidnap or kill to protect whatever secrets they're hiding. These others aren't just survivors, they've been here for a long time. And they have a leader, a man named Benjamin Linus, who might be one of the most manipulative characters in TV history. As the show unfolds, Lost does something revolutionary. It dives into the pasts of its characters through flashbacks. Every survivor has baggage, trauma, guilt, regrets, and the island seems to force them to confront it. Over time, these backstories become just as important as the island itself. But then the show evolves again. Flashbacks turn into flash-forwards, and eventually flash-sideways timelines, blurring the line between past, present, and future. Suddenly, the question isn't just, how do they get off the island? It's, what is this place? The answer lies buried beneath decades of secrets. The island is home to a mysterious scientific organization called the Dharma Initiative. They arrived years before the crash, building underground stations and conducting bizarre experiments involving electromagnetism, psychology, and time itself. Their work left behind strange relics. A hatch that must be entered every 108 minutes to prevent catastrophe, a button that might save the world, or do nothing at all. And yes, time travel. At one point, characters begin jumping through time, witnessing the island's past, ancient statues, long-forgotten conflicts, and the origins of everything. We learn that the island isn't just a place, it's a kind of energy source, a glowing, almost mystical force connected to life, death, and possibly the fate of humanity. At the center of this myth is a man named Jacob. Jacob is the island's protector, a figure who brings people there for a reason. He believes in humanity, that people can change, can grow, can choose good over evil. Opposing him is the man in black, a shape-shifting force often appearing as the smoke monster. He believes the opposite, that people are corrupt, broken, and beyond saving. The survivors? They're caught in the middle of this ancient conflict. Throughout the series, alliances shift, characters die in shocking ways, and the line between hero and villain becomes blurred. Some characters find redemption. Others fall deeper into darkness. And the island itself continues to test them, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. One of the show's greatest strengths is how deeply human it is. Beneath all the mysteries, time travel, secret organizations, supernatural forces, it's really about people. Broken people trying to fix themselves. Strangers becoming family. And the idea that maybe, just maybe, everything happens for a reason. As the story approaches its final season, everything builds toward one question. Who will take Jacob's place as the island's protector? And what happens if no one does? In the end, a few survivors remain. They face the ultimate choice: leave the island behind, or stay and protect it. Sacrifices are made, the man in black is finally confronted, and the island's power is saved, but at a cost. And then comes the ending. Without spoiling every detail, the final twist reveals that the story isn't just about survival or escape, it's about connection. The relationships these characters built were the most important part of their journey. In a deeply emotional conclusion, we see them reunite in a kind of afterlife, remembering everything they went through together, and finally letting go. It's an ending that sparked debate, confusion, and endless discussion, but also one that perfectly captures what Lost was always about. Not the island, not the mysteries, but the people. Because in the end, they weren't just lost on an island. They were lost in life, and somehow, together they found their way.